Tennessee because it's a temperate climate, which means it has all 4 seasons. And it has a really long growth season. Long grow. So you know what that means when you see that. Long grow, short grow. That's what that means. And then we have, let's see, I can't block the glare on this, but I see it. So that's what I like. And also, what's good about Tennessee is the low property taxes. So I had to write that out because that's important to know. Okay, that's kind of important to know. So then you've got that, and let's see, it's 9. And then 10, 11, and 12, because there's actually 12 states, or 12 good places that I think would be good for homesteading. And then we'll wrap it up. Okay. So after Tennessee, we've got, I forgot Missouri. So let me go back and add that. I'm trying my best. MIS. Now, this is part of the Ozarks. So some people consider that to be a very safe zone. It's very sparsely populated. It's, you got the 3 states. You got a part of Oklahoma, Missouri, and a little bit of Arkansas. It's part of the Ozark Mountains. So this is part of the Ozarks is in this part of the United States. And hard to get to, and you really have to really know how to survive in cold weather in Missouri. So they have good, they have a lot of rain. So it's good for crops and high tunnels, those things, greenhouses, good places, very, very like moisture, humidity, and things like that, but it has cold winters though. So you just be mindful of that. And you notice almost all these places, and a certain part of Arizona, like up on the rim, I meant to make sure that I was specifically about that part of Arizona. Speaking of, because it gets cold like some other climates. And they also have microclimates. So that's what's good about Missouri, if you like cold weather. But they have good, friendly, homesteading laws are very favorable. So it's homestead favorable. Okay, I hope you can see that. All right, now the last 2, we have West Virginia and Wyoming. So, West Virginia, again, not much to see, because when I used to drive to Tennessee, I would go through West Virginia. Okay, so West Virginia, as opposed to Virginia, is closer to the Adirondack or the Appalachian Mountains or the Blue Ridge Mountains, and where most of my family originated from, Smoky in North Carolina, Smoky Mountains, that takes you all the way down into Georgia. But West Virginia is a good place for homesteading. So, and the reason why, let's see. Oh, good. Again, for the 2 reasons that I mentioned, again, good, lots of rain, just like Missouri, and low property taxes, like Tennessee. Okay? Taxes. So, these are my notes. And the last one would be Wyoming. Again, the last one, where Wyoming. Again, it's another stay warm calorie. So you got Montana stay warm calories, Wyoming stay warm calories, part of Washington State stay warm calories, and harsh winters and the like. I'm gonna stay out of there. And then now, again, the reason why I think that this is a good place, or I've done research, but mainly it's because of the solitude, not a lot of people, low population. That's what solitude means. Certain places in Arizona as well, and Idaho, Oregon, but there's a lot of people, they have quite a bit of acreage. And so, again, for this reason, the solitude and the harsh winters again, you need a lot of stay warm calories. So when we talk about what kind of foods to store, again, in nursing, part of what we had to do in the care plan was to put together we're working with a dietitian, their meal plan, especially if we're monitoring how much they're eating. But if they're on a feeding tube, then of course that's different because it's already regulated in the IV. So we don't worry about that as much, but we do worry if the aspirations, or if it's meaning coming back up, or if it's not being fully digested, or other problems that can complication with TPN, for example. So the harsh winters, but the way you get around this, I digressed there for a moment. We were talking about stay warm calories, and that's very important when you're trying to get off grid and you're trying to homestead and you're trying to survive and you're trying to use portion control, energy conservation, all that. Stay warm calories meaning shivering. That's thermal shivering, what the body consumes just to keep warm. So it's increased in that part of the country. That's what I'm referring to. Okay, so now staying warm, but you can get around that in Wyoming because of the harsh winters by installing a wind tunnel or greenhouse. So greenhouse can get around that. Then you can grow, depending on the direction in which you face the greenhouse, how big it is, the type of amendments that you use for the soil, all those things will determine how much you're able to extend the growing season. If you're going to use hydroponics, aquaponics, a combination of both in the greenhouse or the high tunnel, that will determine. So basically, that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. Where you're going to go with the SHIT, and it's coming up very soon, very, very soon. So thanks again for tuning in. All right, I'm going to